Namaste, Tina Thrussell here with the Shin Dao, the Way of the Heart. The way of the heart is living with love, compassion, and kindness for yourself as much as for anyone else. And my recent experiences with sisterhood have only amplified my passion for the Shin Dao, for living the way of the heart. In being involved in communities of women who are completely and open-heartedly focused on giving themselves permission to be who they are, to let their authentic true self shine, and to support one another in that, to share their wisdom, their love, their kindness, their compassion, their understanding that, yeah, sister, I've gone through that too. You're not alone. I know what it's like. It's tough, and you'll make it. Why is this so important to men, women, and children alike? Because let's face it, women are who give birth to children, bring them into the world, and for the most part, raise them. Please, men, do not take that as I am undermining your role. Your role is critically important. And yet, without women having that maternal role, our race would not continue. We, in fact, propagate the human race. And how we do it is critically important. And if we feel isolated and alone, if we feel that we're on our own, we become dried up, shriveled versions of ourselves. We become raisins instead of juicy grapes. From the beginning of time, women worked together in community. Going way, way back to tribal times, the men went out and hunted. Individual journeys. Usually they went out their own, sat in the quiet, waited for their prey, fired their bow, brought that home. But the women were together with the children, gathering berries, tanning the hides, making the meals, working together. And the industrial age caused that to all fall apart. The men went away somewhere and the women had to do all of that work to support them away. And they started working in factories and competing for employment. And it changed the way our world functions, at least in the developing nations, or supposedly developed nations. Okay, that's all fine and dandy. So what do we do about that? We come back together in community. Last night, I participated in the 4th of 10 Goddess Project coaching circles hosted by the brilliantly wonderful coach, Susan Cullen. And our topic was, in fact, sisterhood. And she knows this topic is dear to my heart. I have hosted 13 nurture circles over the last 13 months. And next month, we begin hosting 2 nurture circles a month. And before that, I established Universal Circle of Women, an attempt to bring women together in community, to be in each other's presence, to share and support our challenges and our wins. And I know what a difference that it's making in my life and making in the lives of the women who engage and participate in this. I didn't realize what a large percentage of the world of women don't necessarily have that. Going into the corporate world and living in that fierce competitive environment where women put each other down. It's like, did you see what she's wearing? Did you hear who she was seeing? Blah, blah, blah. That kind of back-talking undermines our power and our influence. We want to be bright lights that shine in the world, an example for how to live with kindness and compassion and love, to build ourselves up by patting ourselves on the back for the way we're being, for being a good listener, for standing in our power, for setting boundaries, for having compassion with boundaries. That yes, I love me and I love you, and I don't necessarily give you permission to walk all over me in that. I simply understand that where you're at is where you're at, and that may make you a bit angry and lashing out, and I don't take that personally. I know that's your stuff. And I stand in knowing that I am who I am, regardless of what you say about who I am. There is so much to be said about all of this. But the important thing is, men, it influences you, because a woman who has sisterhood in her life, who feels supported by community, is happier, is more confident in who she is, and she can stand behind you and support you in loving ways that are not competitive ways. Hello and good morning. She stands behind you in ways that are loving and supportive to you. And when you feel loved and supported by her, then you're more loving and supportive to her, and then you're more loving and supportive for your children. You set beautiful examples of harmonious living. It's a ripple effect. How I feel affects everyone around me, my family, my coworkers, my friends, and the people that I don't even see and meet. The people I do see and meet, but who are quote-unquote strangers. When I smile and offer a kind word to the cashier who's flustered, instead of be annoyed that they're taking so long, I brighten their day a little, and I soften my own energy and brighten my day. I can feel good knowing I offered a kind gesture to someone else. And when we come together in sisterhood, we remind each other of that. So, I don't care what form of sisterhood you're involved with, whether you join one of Susan's coaching circles, whether you come to our nurture circle, whether you join our nurture circle group and get to at least see the video postings and the uplifting words that are shared there, whether you join one of the goddess mummy circles that Sandra Katiana has been setting up. Katania, sorry. Don't ask me where the Russian pronunciation came from. Be involved with women who are positive and supportive in some way, and you will see the positive influence that it has on your life and the life of those you love. This is my word for the day. Encourage sisterhood. Encourage sisterhood in our world, for it is the way of the heart, and it will bring more love and peace into our world. Please share this video if it speaks to you at all. Share it to every group you have. Share it on your wall. Let's encourage women to come together. The Nematoma group. How could I forget about that amazing goddess circle? Lee Schultz, your Nia circles. There are so many places where groups of women come together in a supportive nature. The list is huge. List them here so women know where to turn to, so men know where to send their women. I love you. I bless you all. I thank you for sharing this message. Let us embrace sisterhood in our lives for the sake of men, women, and children alike. Namaste.